Welcome back to Cinerux. Desert survival movies test human endurance against the harshest environments on our planet. Today, we are ranking the 10 absolute best desert survival movies ever made. Stick around to discover the incredible cinematic masterpiece at number 1. Let us start this amazing countdown right now. Starting our countdown at number 10 is mine. Following a completely failed assassination mission, a highly trained military sniper finds himself stranded in the massive North African desert. While desperately fleeing from dangerous enemy forces, he accidentally steps on an active landmine. He must stand completely still for several exhausting days while waiting for a rescue team. Battling severe dehydration, dangerous wild predators, and intense psychological hallucinations, he must find the absolute mental strength to survive this terrible ordeal. The IMDb rating of this movie is 5.8. Landing in the 9th spot is Jerry. Two close friends embark on a simple hiking trip through a vast and isolated desert landscape. They confidently wander entirely off the designated trail and quickly become hopelessly lost. Without any food or water supplies, their casual adventure turns into a desperate struggle for survival. As days pass under the scorching sun, extreme dehydration severely breaks down their physical endurance and their strong friendship. It is a haunting exploration of human vulnerability in nature. The IMDb rating of this movie is 6. Securing the 8th position is the intense thriller, Desito. A group of hopeful migrant workers attempts to cross the dangerous border into the United States through a harsh desert landscape. Their difficult journey becomes an absolute nightmare when a ruthless vigilante begins hunting them with a powerful sniper rifle. Trapped in the unforgiving wasteland with nowhere to hide, a brave man must outsmart the heavily armed killer to protect the remaining survivors. It is a terrifying game of cat and mouse. The IMDb rating of this movie is 6.1. Claiming number 7 is the exciting adventure, Flight of the Phoenix. A massive cargo plane violently crashes deep in the isolated Gobi Desert during a severe sandstorm. The surviving crew members and passengers find themselves entirely stranded with incredibly limited food and water. Facing certain death from absolute exposure and exhaustion, they make a highly desperate decision. Led by an eccentric airplane designer, they must work together to build a completely new functional aircraft from the broken wreckage. The IMDb rating of this movie is 6.1. Taking the 6th rank is the terrifying horror film The Hills Have Eyes. A typical American family takes a disastrous detour while traveling through the remote New Mexico desert. Their car suddenly breaks down in a massive barren wasteland previously used for secret nuclear testing. They are soon violently attacked by a highly mutated and extremely savage family of brutal cannibals. The desperate father must completely abandon his peaceful nature and fight back aggressively to save his loved ones from absolute slaughter. The IMDb rating of this movie is 6.4. Entering our top 5 is the dystopian action thriller, The Book of Eli. Set 30 years after a devastating global nuclear war destroyed society, a lone warrior wanders across the completely ruined American wasteland. He is fiercely protecting a deeply mysterious and highly sacred book that contains the ultimate secret to saving humanity. A brutal warlord controlling a massive desert town wants the powerful book for his own evil purposes. The brave traveller must fight through deadly traps and heavily armed mercenaries. The IMDb rating of this movie is 6.8. Grabbing the fourth spot is the heartbreaking survival drama, The Goat Life. Based on a terrifying true story, an innocent immigrant worker travels to the Middle East hoping for a much better life. Instead of finding a decent job, he is brutally kidnapped and forced into absolute slavery deep in the harsh Saudi Arabian desert. Isolated entirely from human civilization, he must herd goats under the scorching heat while enduring unimaginable physical abuse. His unyielding hope drives an incredibly dangerous escape plan. The IMDb rating of this movie is 7.1. Reaching the top 3 is the stunning biographical adventure Tracks. A brave young woman decides to completely leave her ordinary city life behind for a massive personal challenge. She embarks on an incredibly dangerous epic journey across the absolutely unforgiving Australian desert. Accompanied only by her loyal dog and 4 unpredictable camels, she walks over 1,000 treacherous miles. Along the way, she discovers profound inner peace and learns highly valuable survival lessons from Indigenous elders. It is a visually magnificent journey. The IMDb rating of this movie is 7.1. Narrowly missing the crown at number 2 is the epic survival film The Way Back. A desperate group of prisoners manages to escape a brutal Siberian labour camp during the Second World War. To secure their absolute freedom, they must walk over 4,000 miles across deeply hostile territories. Their massive journey forces them to cross the freezing Himalayan mountains and the incredibly scorching Gobi Desert. Facing severe starvation, freezing blizzards, and deadly sandstorms, they push the ultimate limits of human endurance. The IMDb rating of this movie is 7.3. Taking the absolute top spot on our list is the incredible rabbit-proof fence. Based on a deeply tragic true story, 3 young Aboriginal girls are forcibly removed from their families by the government. Placed in a distant settlement camp, they bravely decide to escape and return to their beloved mother. They follow a massive fence that stretches across the vast and dangerous Australian desert. Tracked by an expert native hunter, the courageous children walk for 9 long weeks through incredibly harsh conditions. The IMDb rating of this movie is 7.4.
Come on, little one. Sit up.